Okay. Okay, we back, family. Yeah, we back. Instagram, put your questions back below. Peace, God. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, brother. Just another day. We out here grinding. I'm feeling good, though. I'm just blessed to be able to wake up. Yeah, put your questions back below, family. I just had to end the video, so I'm not going to see the questions. I'm not going to see the questions. Put the questions back below. Books should be shipping out. We're going to get some more shipments out before the end of the week. We're going to get some more shipments out before the end of the week. So thank you for your patience on the books. I know it's taken a long time, man. The coronavirus has really slowed down shipping for the books. So we trying to get them out as fast as possible, man. Y'all been showing a lot of love and support, so I appreciate that. I promise you, I'm working as fast as possible. My people, we working as fast as possible, trying to ship all the orders. But we sending another shipment out at the end of the week. You see what I'm saying? I got two companies, one in Indiana, one in Columbia, South Carolina that makes the books. So a lot of times I'm waiting on them to send me the books because anybody who orders from my site, the books are the same price. You get a signed copy. So I have to sign those copies first. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times with the corona, the shipping is so slow. It's so slow. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you I'm working as fast as possible to get that to you. And you'll get that email notification when it ships out. You'll get that email notification when it ships out. But I got you, family. I got you. But let me get back to some questions. And two, before I get to the questions too, I want to talk about. I forgot about that. I want to talk about this Doja Cat woman real quick. This Doja, whatever her name is, Doja Cat or Coon Cat as I like to call her. And she's this rapper, I guess rapper slash singer. But she has a white mother. She has a South African father, black South African father. And, black people, we've been supporting her. And we were really the rise of her stardom. You know, we're the reason why she became prominent. And recently it's discovered that she's been in these little white supremacist chat rooms and she's been, talking crazy and saying derogatory things about black people. And this is why I always warn the family we have to be careful who we verify in the black community. We have to be careful who we support. We have to do our research on these Negroes. We got to stop just supporting people because they're black. I'm not saying that you go out here and you see a black person and you dog them and ridicule. I'm saying you do your research on that person before you co-sign them, before you really start rocking with them. You see what I'm saying? Because in times of war like this, we can't afford to have Negroes who play both sides. She's in here disrespecting victims of police brutality in one of her songs. She's in white supremacist chat rooms talking about, I don't care if you say nigga, call me nigga. You know what I'm saying? These Negroes are dangerous. These coons, these 21st century coons are dangerous, family. That's why I go hard on them. That's why I go hard on these coons, family. We cannot take a break. We cannot lax with the coonery and the buffoonery. We cannot lax because in a time of war, which we're in, we are in times of war. We can't have Negroes allowed to play both sides. We can't allow them to play both sides, family. Either you with us or you not. Plain and simple. Either you with us or you not. And if you decide to get in our way, we will run you over. That's how it has to be. And see, once people violate the black community, we have to start Xing them out for good. We have to start Xing them out for good. We can't continue to play with them. So this Doja Cat, she's X'd out for good, family. Let her live with white zaddy. Like she was talking about white folks. Oh, she wants a white man. So let her live with him. You see what I'm saying? Let her live with him. We not finna play this whole game because oftentimes when these coons, they get out here, like Candace Owens, I'm putting my money on this, she's gonna get over here and she's doing all this now, cooning and buffooning for white society. But when they throw her off, when they don't need her anymore, they like to creep back into black society. They want to go speak at HBCUs and perform at HBCUs when their money gets low. You see what I'm saying? No. We got to cut them off. We got to cut them off. Because Negroes who play both sides are dangerous, family. So that's that. Let me get back to some questions, though. I just wanted to address that situation. A lot of people been asking me about Doja Cat. Like I said, I don't really listen to her music or anything like that. But I just wanted to address that real quick. Post-traumatic slavery syndrome. Basically, that's the mentality of slavery been passed off from generation to generation. So you can feel the trauma. And I think that's very real. I think that's very real. That syndrome is very real. You have 21st century Negroes and plantation minions nowadays. Just like I said, just with Doja Cat. That's a perfect example. 21st century Negro who thinks in her head she's white. That's the slave mentality, family. That's the slave mentality. And I think the only way to address that, first of all, we have to understand that we cannot save everybody. A lot of black people, we like to talk this unity talk, and that's good for politics and everything. But family, at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to save everybody. We can't bring everybody on our movement, on our way. We have to be on code with the people we can be on code with, and we have to move on. And we can move on. And we can still win the revolution and free our people. You see what I'm saying? We can still do that. It don't take many of us. It takes a small group of people on code, willing to understand that the price of freedom is death. So everybody is not going to be on that wave, family. We have to understand that. We too many times we waste so much energy trying to save people that can't be saved. You see what I'm saying? We sit up here trying to convince coons like Candace Owens that what they saying is wrong. No. Charge it to the game. It's unfortunate, but we're going to charge you to the game now. You see what I'm saying? Have you been to Fort Monroe? No, brother, I have not been to Fort Monroe. I have not been. I have to look that up, Fort Monroe. I have not been there. Peace, guys. Said my face behind the favorite page. Hey, appreciate that, guy. I'll be on here a lot. I'll be on here a lot. Well, I wouldn't say a lot. I'll be on here about every 2 weeks. But like I say, that's why I want y'all to turn on the post notifications on my page, because oftentimes Instagram doesn't show you when I go live. But like I said, we solved all that. From now on, this video is going to be on YouTube after I get off. So probably the first video will go up tomorrow. So just in case you missed the live, subscribe to the YouTube page tonight, because that's where I'm going to start putting all the lives. So we don't have to worry about brothers and sisters missing it. Where's the best place to live outside of America? I can't intelligently speak on that. I have never lived outside of the Americas, so I can't intelligently speak on that. But I think any place outside the Americas, you're still going to deal with that beast of systematic white supremacy, because systematic white supremacy is global. And that's what I try to tell certain brothers and sisters respectfully. A lot of brothers and sisters want to, they come up and say, we got to go back to Africa. We got to go back to Africa. Why y'all still trying to deal with white people? You got to go back to Africa. Listen, Africa is under a form of systematic white supremacy. Whenever you have places like South Africa, where 10% of the population is controlling 90% of the population, that's systematic white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? Where you have countries that are rich in resources like the Congo, that is the richest place on the face of the earth, but yet the poorest, that is systematic white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? So either way, you're going to have to deal with the beast. You're going to have to deal with the beast, family. So, but I don't know where the best place to live outside the Americas is. Every place is our home, though, I will say that. I got something from China in 2 days. LOL, I ain't know I had to send it back. I'm not sure what you're talking about on that, brother, but shout out to you. It's COVID-19, a false flag operation. COVID-19, like I say, I think, I don't like to call it COVID-19. I like to call it the Wuhan virus. See, I'm petty. I wouldn't even say I'm petty, but I keep the same energy white supremacists keep with us. So I don't call it the coronavirus. I don't call it COVID-19. I call it the Wuhan virus. It originated in China, and it is associated with the Chinese people. So just like when diseases come out of Africa, they call it Ebola. When things come out of Africa, those are Africanized beings. See, they attach diseases to us. I'm attaching this disease to them. This came from the Chinese people. This is the Wuhan virus. You see what I'm saying? So the Wuhan virus, I believe the Wuhan virus is natural, but I believe it's blown out of proportion. Because remember, it originated over in China with bats and those little animal houses or whatever. They, in China, they be eating bats and cats and all type of stuff. So I believe it originated in a bat, if I'm not mistaken. Some type of animal over there in those Chinese outside animal markets. You see what I'm saying? But the Wuhan virus is something I believe that is natural, but I think it's been blowing way out of proportion. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe for 1 second that black people are more susceptible to this virus than anybody else. I believe that they are intensifying our numbers, like down here in Georgia. The CDC released something last month talking about 20% of black people had the coronavirus, 19% of white people, and 60% of the people were unknown. How you don't know the race to somebody? You see what I'm saying? They're playing games now. So those 60% are white people, or white Latinos, people who would classify as white, but now they're trying to play dumb. You see what I'm saying? I also, we see certain white doctors, even black doctors, come out and say, well, a lot of these people who are dying, they're not even dying of COVID. They tested positive for COVID, but they're dying of pre-existing conditions. That's the main reason they're dying. You see what I'm saying? But the CDC released something that said anybody who dies who at the time of the death tested positive for COVID-19, the Wuhan virus, that you can classify and say they died of the Wuhan virus. This is something you can do. So I believe they're blowing this way out of proportion. I'm not saying don't take it serious. I still take it serious and everything, but I'm not consuming myself with it. And black people, we got bigger concerns. We've been dealing with far more deadly diseases than the Wuhan virus. You see what I'm saying? And I think another thing they're using this for is they're using it to give it a black face so they can pass these vaccines. That's very important, and we got to understand that as well. Everything is a chess move with white supremacy. I talk about that in my first book, Voice of the Ancestors, Volume 1. The second move of white supremacy is thou shalt always make chess moves. They're making chess moves right now. They want to put the face on black people. So now when it comes time to arrest folks, when it comes time, remember, we're the only people who get arrested when we don't go out without a mask. White people be at the beach, all up under each other, playing volleyball, licking their dogs, all type of, how white people get down. They never get arrested. In fact, you see police in certain states like Florida giving them a mask. Let 2 or 3 Negroes go out and walk the street, and we get hit upside the head. They want to make us the face of it. So it's justified. You see what I'm saying? So it's justified. Just like they got that HR 666 now, which is a crazy name in itself. The HR 666 talking about they're going to start going into houses, and if anybody is testing positive for it, they can take your family members away and do stuff like that. That's out there in California, I believe. They're starting out there in California. So we have to recognize these things, man. So I don't think the natural disease is necessarily something that, it should keep us up at night, but what they're going to do with it is what we should be preparing for. And especially with the unemployment rate. This is going to be their new thing for not hiring black people as well. I hope y'all know that, all my young college graduates. Work on your entrepreneurship. Not just college graduates, everybody. You should be working right now during these quarantine times on starting a business. Entrepreneurship. I'm telling y'all right now, when they open back up the United States, people not going to be hiring black folks like that. Remember, it's an old saying that say when white people get sick, black people die. Like, it's extreme for us. So if the unemployment rate among white people is 10%, it's going to be 40% for black people. You see what I'm saying? So we need to get our entrepreneur skills down right now. We need to start working on businesses, start writing your books, put your books on Amazon. Family, you can write a book and put it on Amazon for free. It's just a matter of, are you going to put in that time? You see what I'm saying? Learn different skills. Learn how to forex trade. Learn how to invest in stocks. Stocks are going for dirt cheap right now. You see what I'm saying? Download apps like Stash and Stockpile. Get your financial game up. That's very important, family. That's very important. Make sure you're taking care of your insurance. Different thing. A lot of black people are passing away during this time. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you got your insurance game up. We need generational wealth to be passed down. The little things. We got to get on it, though, family. We got to get on it. Peace, God. Peace to all the family in the building. Like I said, make sure you go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1, 2. It's the title of the book. Voice of the Ancestors is Volume 1 and Volume 2. It's 2 volumes. It's 2 volumes. So you can click the link in my bio and go get those right now. We had the ebooks or the paperbacks. You dig? You said, are white people humans or part canines? White people are humans, but white people are mutations of the original human. The original human is a black man. You see what I'm saying? The original human is a black man. but they are mutations of the original human. Mutations. If they weren't human, we wouldn't be able to breed with them. We're going to keep it 100. We're not going to, I know it's popular to say white people ain't human. Now, you can argue for a morality standpoint that say, no, they ain't human. But scientifically, they are human. They're mutations of black people. You see what I'm saying? They're mutations. When we go back to the original is always going to be jet black. All people across the world trace back to a central woman in Africa. Mitochondrial DNA, the mitochondrial Eve, trace back to a black woman in Central Africa, more than 200,000 years ago. So white people are humans; they're just mutations of human beings. Because, like I say, if we are of a different species than white people, then we wouldn't be able to breed and have babies with them. It's similar to how if you mix a tiger with a lion, you get a liger, but that liger is sterile. This is science 101. That liger is sterile, meaning that liger cannot reproduce because those are two different species. If I have a baby, I ain't even going to say me because that would never happen. That's not even realistic. If a coon has a baby with a white woman, you dig? If a coon has a baby with a white woman, that baby would not be sterile. What's they call it? Oh, damn, I'm messing up. That baby would not be, that baby would be able to reproduce. Put it like that. That baby would be able to reproduce. But if it wasn't, that would show that we were two different species. You dig? Brother Ngozi breaks that down as well. Shout out to Brother Ngozi. Let me get to some more questions. Yeah. I would consider myself a Pan Africanist. I would consider myself a Pan Africanist, but I'm real specific about where I come from. I'm a foundational Black American. See, to me, foundational Black American is nothing more than my lineage. It's what I'm identifying as. Just like if you talk to a person from Nigeria, if you say, "Are you African?" they'll say, "Yeah, I'm African, but I'm Igbo. I'm Hausa." You see what I'm saying? Talk to anybody on the continent, I'm Zulu. So instead of saying Zulu, I'm FBA. I'm foundational Black American. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people try to make it where, oh, you saying you're foundational Black American, that's divisive. No, it's not. I'm identifying my lineage. I don't take offense to people when they say they're Igbo. You see what I'm saying? I want reparations for foundational Black Americans because we are the ones who were directly affected by the enslavement here in the United States. And they owe us. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to be real specific with these white supremacists. Because you say reparations and they'll start giving reparations to themselves. They'll start giving reparations to themselves. See, they did the same thing in Haiti. After the Haitians had whooped their ass, they made the Haitians give the French, the people who were enslaving them, reparations because of the land they had lost. So instead of the Haitian people getting reparations, they had to give it to the French. So we have to be real specific with the terminology and what we're asking for. You see what I'm saying? And what we're demanding, not asking for. You dig? Said, why do we as blacks always turn our backs when people are lost in this chaotic world? Who are we turning our back on, melanatedly? And I know this question's kind of old. We don't turn our backs on anybody. If you're talking about coons, because coons are not black. I don't consider coons black. Coons are their own race or group of people. They're not black anymore. They have been X'd out. And I think we have to understand the dangers of coon. People talk about turning their backs. We turn our backs on coons and we don't give them another chance because we understand history. We have to understand Malcolm X, one of our greatest revolutionaries. He was taken down by several coons that were in his group. Eugene Roberts, his head of security, was a coon and led to the assassination of our brother. He was working with local police departments and local law enforcement. You dig? Martin Luther King was surrounded by coons. A lot of people were on that FBI payroll around Dr. King. Our brother Fred Hampton, one of our youngest revolutionaries, was taken down by a coon who was trying to get out of a little parking ticket or something crazy. But he decided to rat out Fred Hampton to the local Chicago PD and give them insights of his apartment. and the PD came in there and killed our brother. Dedan Kamati, internationally, of the Mau Mau in Kenya, was taken down by Coons. Patrice Lumumba of Congo was taken down by Coons. Let's be clear on this. Zizak Dessalines, Toussaint Louverture, taken down by Coons. We don't play with Coons around here. We ain't turning our back on them. We're doing this to the safety of our people. Because, see, they always say insanity is to do something over and over again and expect a different result. We don't play with Coons no more. We've seen what Coons can do. Coons have taken down some of our biggest organizations. Garvey was kicked out of the country because a coon was messing up his information and selling illicit stocks in the Black Star Line. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we don't play with Coons. We don't play with the Candace Owenses of the world. We don't play with Kanye, who don't know if he black one day or if he make America great again the next day. We don't play with people like that. It's too dangerous, family. It's too dangerous. So this is why, if you're speaking about why we turn our backs on black people who sell out or Coons, this is why. Because of the history. And we have to understand that. Because of the history, it's too many Coons who have taken down our revolutionaries and revolutions. You dig? Black community has no size as we are not united, bro. Don't let us step ourselves up. Okay, I don't really understand that, but okay. I already answered that. Like I said, I answer a lot of questions late, guys. I answer a lot of questions late. Let me scroll down. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom. Scroll down to the bottom. Damn, I miss hella questions. Chinese come from. Oh man. Yeah. Shout out to Brother Ngozi. He breaks down the science of white people. That's something we should all study. Like I say, they're mutations of us. Mutations of us. They have what we call a Neanderthal gene. A Neanderthal gene makes them mimicky. They get addicted to things quick. They're more violent because of where they come from. These are facts. You see what I'm saying? It's a great book called The Inheritance of the Iceman by Dr. John Henry Clark and Michael Bradley, where it talks about the conditions in which white people originated from. And that's very important to understand. People always ask the question, well, how did this all start? Where did the racism come from whites? It came out of jealousy. It came out of their origins. White people are the ice people, as Dr. John Henry Clark likes to call them. They're the ice people. They originated from caves. See, when you grow up in caves-like conditions, you grow up in conditions where you have to steal, you have to kill. When you get hungry because there's no food, nothing will grow from the ground. There's no resources. There is no sun. The sun won't grow anything. It's too cold. It's bitter. So in order to eat, sometimes you have to steal somebody else's meal. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have evidence of white people in the books, The Inheritance of the Iceman. You have evidence of them eating their women when they got so hungry. So they came up in a criminal type environment. An environment where the only way they thought to survive was to steal, to rob, to kill. That this is why white people can have 99% of everything and kill and fight you for that 1%. They ain't never had nothing. All they know is stealing and killing. That's all they know. And on the flip side, we are the sun people. We came up in warm climates. We didn't come from an ice-like climate. There was no need to steal in Africa. You had gold. You had diamonds. Everybody had that. You see what I'm saying? This is why you run into kings like Mansa Musa of the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa gave out so much gold on his trip to Mecca, it erupted certain economies like the economy of Egypt. Because he gave out so much gold. He was so generous with it. He's like, what is some gold, bruh? White people would never do that. And then in the back of their head, even though Mansa Musa was being so generous, white people saw that and they said, bro, they got this much gold in Africa. It's like you and black people, we know it's like you go in the club and I got my chains on and things of that nature. You got certain black people like, bro, I'm glad to see a black man doing good. He making it. That's real generous of him. You got other people sitting back like, bro, I want his stuff. I ain't know he had that much. I'm gonna take it. That's how white people were looking at the situation. When Mansa Musa was passing out all that gold, they said, I didn't know he had that much over in Africa. It's time to go rob that. Which is why right after that pilgrimage that Mansa Musa made, you had the Portuguese, you had the early wave of white settlers coming in. Because they weren't looking for slaves. A lot of people act like they were looking for slaves. They were looking for the 3 Gs, God, glory, and gold. Because of Mansa Musa and the wealth he had showed them. That the Mali Empire had, that Timbuktu had. So that's very important to understand, man. That we got to understand the origins in which these people come from. The ice people. Their concept of humanity is not the same as ours. It never has been. These are facts. These are facts. We lost numbers on how many people they've killed. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? How can we band? Somebody said, how can we band together and protect ourselves from being forced to take vaccines? That's a great question. How can we band together? The first thing we have to understand is, how bad do we want it? How bad do we want not to take vaccines? And the reason why I say that, because we have to understand the price of freedom is death. The price of freedom is death. Are you willing to die in order to not take vaccines? Are you willing to die not to let them take your children away because they won't take vaccines? These are the things we have to ask ourselves, because we have to understand, like I said, the ice people, the people we're dealing with, they don't look at humanity like you look at it. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand the first question is, what is the price we're willing to pay in order not to take these vaccines? We have to ask ourselves that question. Then once we establish that question, we have to surround ourselves with like-minded people. We have to get on code. This is why I'm always trying to network, but I'm very strategic with how I network. A lot of people been reaching out in Atlanta, want to meet up and do certain things, and I'm like, I got to verify you first, bro. We got to make sure everything is on the same page. We on the same code. You see what I'm saying? We moving the same. I don't go out with people I don't know. People I just met. I don't go out with them, especially in times like this. And I want my brothers and sisters up north, especially in New York and elsewhere, to understand this. Stop going out with people that you don't know during these times. I see a lot of people, you going out, and black women, you going out with kings, and they watching you get beat up by the police. You don't need to go out with them people. They not on code. You see what I'm saying? I see a lot of brothers getting hit upside the head and cops just attacking brothers. I'm talking about 2 cops attacking a group of 60 people, and everybody sitting around, ooh, we got it on film. Ooh, we got it on film. Y'all ain't on code, bruh. Y'all ain't on code. You see what I'm saying? And shout out to the brothers and sisters in D.C. I saw D.C. did some work on some race soldiers that tried to attack them the other day. Shout out to the brothers and sisters in D.C. See, they got to know that you're not finna play that. The people I go out with, I go with a group of day ones. When we go out also, if we run into some trouble, say we run into the cops, we already know only one person speaking to that cop. The rest of us, we quiet, we strategic. We're not going to talk ourselves into no trouble. But we prepare for the smoke if it happened. If it happened, it just happened, bro. A good death is a reward. You see what I'm saying? A good death is a reward. But we all thinking on that code. We ain't emotional. We ain't talking. We ain't, oh, Lord, Jesus, why you hitting him upside the head, officer? We ain't doing all that. We strategic. We sizing up. We looking. We saying, hey, okay, she go down. I need to move left. I need to move right. I need to get buddy right here. You see what I'm saying? We gotta be militant when we go out, man. You go out with your queen, you gotta know. You go out with some brothers and sisters, y'all gotta go out in groups. And the brothers gotta know, listen, something go down, the queens, you gotta establish your queen. You take the kids, y'all go this way. The brothers, we gonna make a defense. The price of freedom is death. It can't be, I see brothers getting hemmed up with their queen, and the queen doing the talking. The queen is doing the fight, and the brother just record. Oh shit, yeah, baby, we got it on film. We finna get paid. We can't be doing that, because these race soldiers, what they're doing now is they're finessing a lot of brothers out their position. They get you. See, they're egging us on now. They're doing a little slick stuff. They following you. They harassing you, and you got so many people who hollering and screaming. You can't hear yourself think. Black people got to be more strategic. In order to be strategic, you got to be quiet sometimes. We too loud as a people all the damn time. We loud all the time. Something going down, everybody hollering and yelling, you can't think. It needs to be quiet, and that scares race soldiers. That scares race soldiers. They don't mess with a group of quiet black people. This is why the old saying goes, don't mess with the quiet brother in the club, because he the real killer. The loud one ain't no killer. The quiet one is the killer. And white people understand this. That's how we got to be when we go out. Like I said, when I go out with the homies, one person talks. If we run into some trouble, one person is talking. The rest of us, we in formation. We spread out. We already know it's something going down. We spread out. See what I'm saying? We know who got the hammer on them. We know who got the strap. We know where the strap at if we need another strap. You see what I'm saying? We know who got the closest car. This is stuff you got to know, man. This is stuff you got to know, family. And I'm with my day ones. So we already know. Like my brother BT say, if you play, you lay. That's the mentality. If they play with us, they going to lay there. And that's white people have that mentality. White people go out and say, hey, well, he can't tell his side of the story. No disrespect. Ahmaud Arbery can't tell his side of the story because he laying. That's our mentality, bro. Shout out to my brother BT. If they play, they lay. That just is what it is. I'm living to tell my side of the story. That's how I got to be, family. That's how I got to be. Let me go to some more questions. Do you believe God is a woman? The black woman is God. I will say that. The black woman is God. I believe in that. I wrote that in my second book. That's the last chapter. The black woman is God. And let me say, when I say God, I'm not speaking about some person in the sky. Let me say that. I'm dealing with the reality, realism. I'm dealing with realism. I'm dealing with science. All people go back to the black woman. I love black women. You see what I'm saying? And when I say the black woman is God, that doesn't mean as a black man, I'm not a God. You see what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the black woman is a God. You see what I'm saying? She is a God in her own right. I love and respect the black woman. I would not be here without the black woman. Nobody is born out of a black man. Let's be real. Nobody is born out of a black man. The black woman is a soldier. She's a rider. We love her. So the black woman is God. I stand by that. I stand by that. I have no problem saying that, family. I love the black woman. That's why y'all got to get this book, because we don't understand the work the black woman has put in for our people. We don't understand the work. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people praying to a God in the sky, but the black woman been putting in work for you right here on earth, in reality. She's the one that birthed you out of reality. Remember, before when you're born, you don't come out your mother's womb talking about where's Jehovah, where is Jesus, where is Allah. Somebody has to teach you that. Somebody has to teach you that the black woman is God. That's the first God that you know. That's the first God that you know. Remember, if the black woman does something while you're in her womb, you die. She has anonymous control. A definition of a God is having anonymous control over a specific aspect of creation. That is the black woman. If she starts smoking or drinking too much while you're in her womb, in her stomach, you're dead. She has anonymous control. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Ain't nothing you can do about that. You see what I'm saying? When you were born, it is the black woman in the original who gives you that colostrum fluid that comes from her breast, that gives you nutrients, that enables you to grow and develop and to learn. That is the black woman. It is the black woman in Africa who was one of the first educators. She created the higher sciences and maths. This is why one of the oldest mathematical instruments in Africa is the Oshango bone, the Ashango bone. You see what I'm kind of saying? That comes out of Central Africa. It's about 20,000 years old. It's the oldest calculator in the world. That was invented by a black woman who was tracking her menstrual cycle. She is one of the earliest teachers. You got to respect the black woman. You got to respect. This is why great ancestors and great elders like Dr. Yosef Ben Yuckerman said, when you show me the condition of your woman, I'll show you the condition of your people. Meaning, if the black woman is the most mistreated woman on this earth, black people, we are going to be the most mistreated people on this earth. Everybody has limits. See, when you touch a white woman, it's wartime for white people. They don't allow that. They don't allow that, family. Remember, Emmett Till whistled at a white woman. They killed Emmett Till. You see what I'm saying? I'm just showing you the mentality of the groups of people. Black women get beat up in 2020. You got brothers sitting around hollering world star, saying, damn, man, that messed up, man. God damn, man. If he's going to touch my woman, the mentality we coming with, if he's going to touch my woman, we all going to die then. It's time. We all going to die. You see what I'm saying? Because the black woman is God. The black woman is God. This is who put me into this earth. This was my first savior. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we love the black woman. And history has shown us that the black woman, as a black man, speaking from a black man's perspective, is the closest thing to a God that we will ever see. Somebody who can bring life into this earth. You see what I'm saying? And we got to remember, she was putting in work. She was putting in work. We think of the black woman as not just an educator, but as a warrior. Remember, you have the Dahomey Mino, the only all-woman army on the face of this earth. That was on the face of this earth, out of the Benin Empire that ruled hundreds of years. Remember, in places like Jamaica, you had Queen Nanny of the Maroons. This is the reason why a lot of y'all call your grandma Nanny to this day. It's really named after Queen Nanny of the Maroons. You had black women who inspired white Europeans to discover places like California. California is named after a black woman, Queen Khalifa, Moorish queen. You see what I'm saying? You have Salitude in the Virgin Islands of Guanapa, who led one of the biggest slave revolts in history. You have Carlotta, Queen Mother Carlotta from Cuba, who led one of the biggest slave revolts in Cuba. You have Sonny Belair in Haiti. I can go on and on and on because, I love this. I studied a black woman. So when people ask me, is a black woman God? Of course, without question. And I'm not complete as a man until I get me a beautiful black queen. I need that. Brothers, get you a beautiful black woman. And when you have a beautiful black woman, wife her and still surround yourself with other beautiful black women. I'm not talking about in a sexual way. I'm not talking about cheating on your wife or nothing like that. But I'm saying surround yourself with strong black women, fellas. Surround yourself. That's the balance. You need that. You need that. Everybody talks about the holy symbols. Christianity has the cross. Other religions, they have the Star of David, or whatever they call it, Star of David or things. Some religions have the sun, the moon, and the stars. The original African symbol was the black man, woman, and child. You need that balance. Asara said in Haru. You need that, family. And vice versa, black women, you need a black man. You need that. Let me see. Just answer that question. I'm not going to be on here too much long. Make sure y'all go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2. Hit that link in the bio. If you want it signed, the copy is the same price. Hit that first link in my bio that says paperback if you want it signed. If you want it signed, it's the same price. You dig? So make sure you go get that. Get the hard copy of the information, family. One thing I want us to stop depending on is Instagram. It's YouTube. Remember, these are not our platforms. They can cut this off. A lot of us, we want to depend on other people to do the research and to give us the knowledge and the information because we don't want to read. You see what I'm saying? We don't like to read, so we want to watch the video all day and this and that. Those are great. I love Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors got me into the knowledge. But I watched Hidden Colors and I immediately went to go get the books to start reading and retaining that information and to put that information on my shelves. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, if somebody ever cut off the internet, if I didn't have access to Instagram no more, I wouldn't lose the information. You see what I'm saying, family? A lot of us are too dependent on individual people to give us the information all the time. I always hear people, tell me about this, tell me about that. Brother, read. Go read the information for yourself. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because that's what's best for you. All of us are revolutionaries. All of us are researchers. You see what I'm saying? It ain't just one person that I'm just asked all the questions to every time I got a question. Do your own research, family. Read books. You see what I'm saying? Don't let Instagram, if they ban you from Instagram, that's the end all be all because you don't have nothing else. And now you don't have access to any knowledge or information. Get your library game up. A book that I keep in front of me all the time that I read. Let me show y'all. fighting diseases with food, fighting diseases with food. In this article, we have, in that book, we have, the natural remedies for a lot of these natural foods, tomatoes, carrots. What do they do? What do they help with? That's important because if in times of war, if I have to go and I lose my cell phone or I don't have access to any of the internet, how am I going to know what food to eat? You see what I'm saying? If I got a cough, what do I need to do? If I have cramps, what do I need to do? What natural remedies do I have? You have to have books, family. I have books called How to Take Care of Yourself, How to Seal Up a Gunshot Wound. You ain't gonna be able to hop on Google all the time. You might not have access to a phone at the time to call 911. You got to have information right in front of you. You got to be able to retain that information as well, because you might not be able to reach the book. You might not have time to reach the book. This is the original computer right up here in the head. That's the original computer and will always be the greatest computer, family. You dig? So make sure you read. Go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2. FBA is Foundational Black Americans. FBA stands for Foundational Black Americans. Some people say ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves. They're talking about pretty much the same thing. They're not talking about the group, though, the political group, ADOS. What exactly happened to Steve Biko? Steve Biko was a young revolutionary from South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Steve Biko was killed by the white South African police department. He was stirring up the good Negroes, as they would say, of South Africa. He was a revolutionary brother, a bright brother, and he was assassinated in the police station by the South African police, if I can remember it right. That's another revolutionary we need to look up. Steve Biko. I believe his name is spelled Steve. Biko. I think Biko is spelled Biko. Steve Biko. Shout out to the great ancestor Steve Biko. Shout out to Chris Hani, another South African revolutionary who was killed. The white South African politician put a hit out on him. This is why I be telling the family, a lot of family, man, we got to go to Africa. They dealing with white supremacists in Africa. What do you mean? These white supremacists are just as raw in South Africa as they are here. Either way, you're going to have to fight the bully. That's what I'm trying to prepare us for, baby. We got to start fighting the bully. The bully ain't going nowhere. No matter where you go, it ain't no safe spot for the bully. And our brothers and sisters on North Sentinel Island understand that. I know some of the family, y'all know about North Sentinel Island. That's the only place in the world that has never been conquered by white supremacy. They don't play on North Sentinel Island. Shout out to the brothers and sisters on North Sentinel Island because they got one rule. They got one rule on North Sentinel Island. Anybody who steps foot on this island is green light on sight. Don't let nobody. A little white Asian tried to step foot on that island. What was that? 2 years ago? Hit him with a poisonous arrow as soon as he came in range. They don't play. They don't play. And people say, oh, they're crazy. They're this. What happened with the brothers on North Sentinel Island is the brothers on North Sentinel Island ran across some white supremacists early. Back in the days of Marco Polo and those white explorers who were messing with their genitals. And they said these white people something wrong with them, bro. They on some other stuff. They were messing with kids' genitals and they were fascinated with the size of their genitals. White folks. This was back like 600 years ago. They've been on the island like 50,000 years. And they said what's wrong with these white folks? Ever since then, it was on sight. Ever since then, it's been on sight. And I respect them for that. I respect them for that. They said, oh, no, when you start messing with our genitals, violating us, violating our kids, our women, it's on sight now. And I respect the brothers and sisters of North Sentinel Island for that. And we can all learn from that. They said enough is enough. It didn't take them hundreds of years to understand white supremacy. They said something's wrong with these people when you see them on sight. When you see them on sight, I would love to get a chance to talk to a brother. They'll probably shoot me too, but I respect that. I respect the code. You dig? I respect the code. Yes, indeed. I respect the code. I respect the code. I respect the code. Yeah, yeah, they were on some other stuff back in North Central Island, man. They were messing, like I said, with their genitals and things of that nature. But like I said, family, I'm about to get off here. Yeah, Steve Biko, yeah, Biko. I'm about to get off of here, family. Make sure, family, like I say, for those who have ordered the books, A Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2, if you got it from my official site, the signed copy, I promise you I'm working. We're going to get some more shipments out at the end of the week. We're going to make sure you get your book. I know a lot of y'all are eager to get into it. We got you. It's coming. We're going to make sure of that. If you haven't already, go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2. Click that link in the bio. Make sure you get it. If you want a signed copy, click that first link that says Voice of the Ancestors Paperback or VOTA Paperback and get the official signed copy. Make sure you get that. A lot of people like getting it from my site anyway because that's supporting black businesses. That's going directly to me. If you get it from Amazon, you'll probably get it faster for the same price, but Amazon keeps majority of the money. So help your boy out. If you want to really rock with your boy, it's the same price either way. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get it from your boy. But like I said, man, I appreciate all the love and support, family. I'll probably be on here another 2 weeks. I can't go on here every day because when I go on here every day, Instagram start to ban my page and stuff like that. You know, they ain't going to let you get too much of this. You know, but that comes with the game. I'm going to have this on YouTube. Is there anything else I want to say before I get off? Because I always forget something. I think that's it. Oh, if you have a question, just DM me the question if I missed your question. I promise you I'm not purposely avoiding the question. When I get there going, and then I miss like 20 questions because I'm spending 20 minutes answering one question. You know what I'm saying? So DM me. But like I said, go get those books, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, family, I'm out. Peace and black power.